Ever imagine using a crystal ball to plan your career?
Hmm. Interesting thought.
Well, get ready for a fascinating exploration.
Yeah.
Because today we're merging the mystical with the modern to unpack the future of work. We'll be looking at two seemingly unrelated sources, a guide on becoming a fortune teller, and information about a cutting-edge career development platform called RoleCatcher.
Sounds like an intriguing mix.
Right. It really highlights how technology is impacting even the most traditional professions.
It is, yeah. And speaking of intriguing,
Yeah,
what really caught my eye was the projected job growth for fortune tellers.
I know, right?
A whopping 8% over the next decade.
It makes you wonder, who knew that gazing into crystal balls could be such a promising career path?
Definitely a head turner. And while the growth itself is fascinating, it actually points to a larger trend.
Okay.
We're seeing a surge in what we call alternative service-based careers.
Like what?
Well, think about it. Life coaches, wellness consultants, even online course creators.
Oh, yeah.
These careers often focus on, personalized experiences and tapping into a growing desire for guidance and meaning.
Right, exactly. And what's really interesting is how technology is playing a role in their growth. Just like the fortune teller might use online platforms to reach a wider audience, these emerging professions are often built on and amplified by technology.
That's an excellent point.
Okay, so let's unpack this technology angle a bit further. That brings us to our second source, RoleCatcher.
So RoleCatcher is essentially your digital career co-pilot.
Okay.
It uses the power of artificial intelligence, or AI, to navigate the job market. Now, before you think this is just another job board,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher goes way beyond that.
You mentioned AI, which we know can sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Can you break down how this actually works in RoleCatcher?
Absolutely. Imagine you're trying to write the perfect resume.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher uses a sophisticated form of AI called natural language processing, NLP for short, to analyze your resume, compare it to thousands of others, and suggest improvements that make it stand out to potential employers.
So it's like having a personal editor for your resume,
Yeah.
except it's powered by an algorithm instead of a red pen. What else can RoleCatcher do?
It can also help you prepare for job interviews.
Oh, wow.
Again, using AI, it analyzes your responses to practice questions, even paying attention to your tone of voice and body language.
Really?
It then gives you personalized feedback on how to improve your communication skills and come across as more confident and engaging.
Wow, it's like having a virtual career coach right at your fingertips. And what I find really interesting is that both the fortune teller and RoleCatcher, in their own unique ways, are trying to do something similar, guide people towards a better future.
You've hit on a key point,
Mhm.
and it speaks to the evolving nature of work itself.
Mhm.
Whether you're seeking guidance from a fortune teller or leaning on AI-powered tools, the underlying need is the same.
Oh.
We all want to feel a sense of direction and purpose in our careers.
It's about navigating uncertainty and making informed choices, which is something I think everyone can relate to, whether they're drawn to the mystical or the technological.
Precisely. And as technology continues to advance at an incredible pace, understanding how it's changing the landscape of work is no longer just a matter of curiosity, it's a necessity.
I agree. It's like both the fortune teller and RoleCatcher are tapping into this desire for insight and guidance,
Yeah.
just using different tools of the trade.
And you know what? They both rely on something pretty crucial for success regardless of your chosen path:
What's that?
pattern recognition. Think about it.
Okay.
A fortune teller might look for patterns in cards or tea leaves,
Right.
while RoleCatcher's AI analyzes mountains of data to uncover, those hidden trends in the job market.
It reminds me of that saying, the best way to predict the future is to create it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And while we don't have a crystal ball, understanding these patterns can help us make, smarter decisions about our careers.
Speaking of patterns, I noticed something interesting in the fortune teller guide.
Oh, yeah.
It talks about the importance of building a client base and dealing with skepticism.
Right.
Those feel like pretty universal challenges even outside the realm of mysticism.
Absolutely. Whether you're a fortune teller building trust with a client or a software developer pitching an idea to investors,
Yeah.
communication and the ability to articulate your value are essential.
And you know what else?
What's that?
The guide also emphasizes the need for continuous learning, like attending workshops, joining guilds, constantly refining their craft.
Makes sense.
And that resonated with me because it's something we're seeing across all industries.
That's the age of the lifelong learner, right?
Yeah.
And that's where technology like RoleCatcher can be incredibly empowering.
How so?
Well, imagine being able to use AI not just to find a job, but to identify the skills you need to advance in your field or even pivot to a completely new one.
It's about taking control of your career trajectory rather than just reacting to whatever the job market throws your way.
And that brings us to another interesting parallel between our seemingly different sources.
Okay.
Remember those pros and cons lists you often find in career guides?
Yeah, who doesn't love a good pro-con list?
Well, the Fortune Teller Guide highlights both the allure and the challenges of this line of work.
Okay.
It mentions the flexibility and potential for high earnings,
Right?
but also the unpredictable income and difficulty in building a sustainable business.
And those same pros and cons could easily apply to many tech-driven careers today, right?
Precisely. Think about freelance software developers or digital marketers.
Yeah.
They often have incredible flexibility and earning potential, but they also face uncertainty
Mm.
and have to be incredibly adaptable to thrive
Right.
in a constantly evolving market.
Yeah, it's that classic entrepreneurial dilemma.
Right.
The potential for high rewards often comes with a higher tolerance for risk and uncertainty.
And that's a key takeaway for anyone navigating the future of work,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of your profession, really.
Yeah.
It's about being comfortable with ambiguity, embracing lifelong learning, and constantly refining your skills to stay ahead of the curve.
So it's not just about what you know.
Right.
It's about your ability to adapt and learn new things quickly.
Exactly. And being proactive
Okay.
in shaping your career path rather than waiting for opportunities to come to you.
Which brings us back to RoleCatcher and those handy AI tools.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding a job.
Right.
It's about taking control of your career trajectory.
Precisely. Imagine using AI to identify emerging fields,
Okay, yeah.
uncover hidden job opportunities that align with your skills, and even connect with, potential mentors in your industry.
It's like having a personalized career strategist in your pocket.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our exploration of the mystical and the modern,
Yeah.
what's the one key insight you want to leave our listeners with today?
I think the future of work is about embracing change,
Okay.
leveraging technology to our advantage, and never losing sight of the human element.
Yeah.
Whether you're seeking guidance from a fortune teller or relying on AI-powered tools.
Right.
The key is to approach your career with curiosity, a willingness to adapt, and a commitment to lifelong learning.
I think that's a great point to end on.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought-provoking question.
Okay.
If even fortune tellers are utilizing technology to reach a wider audience, what does that tell us about the evolving landscape of work and the importance of embracing technology to thrive in the years to come?